Alright, so for today's video, we're going to talk about my combs, my wooden combs. A lot of people ask questions about them. I have a lot of questions that are frequently asked, so I figured why not frequently answer the questions here. So it's going to be FAQ of a frequently asked questions and a FAQ where it's a frequently answered questions, because I answer these questions all the time. Because I respond to about each and every comment I can and every DM possible. I blocked the dick pics though. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we're going to get to that right now. Oh, I guess before I even do that part, hey, buy a shirt. Click the link in my bio, click down below, whatever. Purchase a shirt, you know, if you want to rep the bird game. Ooh, ooh, you know, the Nebel Society, whatnot. So, yeah. All right. I got a drone. It's a little loud. So yeah, so I got a drone, and that's my thing. So, yep. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program here. All right, so I'm going to try to run down these real quick before the battery dies on my camera. Let's see what we got here. All right, so the very first question is going to be, oh, nope, that's a weird question. Sorry. That's also a weird question. Okay, what are the benefits of using wooden combs versus conventional combs for black hair? Now, the first question I'm going to have is, what is a conventional comb? Is a conventional comb what you buy from the store? That's the plastic comb, or the metal comb. Is that what you consider conventional? Because back in the day, conventional would have been wooden. Now, back in the day, of course, referring back to before, colonization. Now, the benefits between a wooden comb and a conventional comb fall under the lines of what's actually made for you. Now, a wooden comb does a great job of transferring oil throughout your hair from the roots to the tip. Giggity. Also does a great job of increasing volume. So, like with my beard, I like to go from bottom to top. You know, if I want to make it look really woofy, if I want to just mat it down for a nice streamline look, I go from top to bottom. But it does a great job of helping uplift that. Also, wooden combs do a great job of increasing softness of your hair as you're combing it, the naturalness of the wood, right, will start to condition your hair to be softer. Now, if you're using something like plastic actually causes static electricity. Static electricity causes split ends. Split ends cause you to cut all your beard off like I did here, because since we had this baby, I've been taking care of myself. I've missed like a shower or 7. I had hella split ends, sleeping on the couch, back and my hair is all matted. It's just a rough day, but I still look great though. We can thank goodness for that. But as I was saying, when it comes down to the plastic comb, has a lot of negatives. Now, there are some positives to a plastic comb. They're cheap. That's what people like the most about them. Now, what I can say about cheap things is, I've bought cheap things before, like all of us have, from Walmart or something like that. And what happens after a while is it breaks, and you go out and buy a new one, and you go out and buy a new one, and buy a new one. Like those unbreakable unbreakable plastic combs, I broke it in half in my beard. So it's not unbreakable. And you may only spend $2 or $3 here, and you may spend $3 for a new plastic comb every single month. It's going to add up. So that's something you should really look into. It's an investment of your future. Now, the metal combs that people like, the afro pick, the double fist combs, I respect those, I love those, but nothing's wrong with metal. Okay, nothing's wrong with metal. It doesn't do anything bad to your hair, but it also doesn't do anything good. It doesn't transfer oils. It does not help uplift anything. It's just a tool. It's just a hoe at this point. It just serves no actual purpose besides just picking the hair. So if you just want to get a nice picked out fro, perfectly fine. You can get a lot longer teeth on that compared to wood, because wood has limitations because it is natural. So it has its natural limitations, but the metal, you can get it to extend out pretty far. One thing I will say though is that the metal picks are usually housed in a plastic body, so be careful when you're getting it really close, because that static electricity does build up. Yeah, if you got any more questions about that one, I actually have a video I did way back when, comparing wooden combs and conventional combs and whatnot. So yeah, okay, good. Next question is going to be, what wood type are your combs composed of, and how long does your wood last? Giggity. Now, okay, so we're going to start with how long does wood last. Wood itself will last a very long time. Of course, it's a natural substance. Now, the one thing is how you take care of it is also very important. If you are not taking care of the comb itself, if you're not allowing it to dry out when it gets wet, if you're not replenishing the oil that's in it, if you're leaving it out in the sun, if you're leaving it directly in the sun, it will start to change colors because the sun does make things change colors. So it can last you a long time. It can last you years upon years if you treat it correctly. Now again, if you treat a plastic comb fine, it should last you, but there's negatives to it. So, so that's the first part for that one. And the second part, and the first one was what type of wood? So the wood combs that I have are composed of green sandalwood, except for one, it uses a peach wood because it's a little bit lighter. Green sandalwood's a very strong, very dense wood that does a great job of handling your hair. Also, it's very porous, so it has a lot of little holes in it and stuff. I got in a debate with somebody on Instagram who said that wood does not have pores, and I was like, you're an idiot. But I didn't say that, of course, but I felt it because wood does have pores. That's how when you pour, like, let's say red wine on top of like a wooden table, that wooden table starts to turn red because it has pores. Now you can plug up the pores in wood with veneer finish or lacquer finish, and that plugs it all up, making a nice plastic top so nothing happens to it. So, she was an idiot. It is what it is, and that's not my fault. But the combs I have are green sandalwood, peach wood, and I also have the hairbrush, which has a peachwood body and bamboo bristles on the end. Yeah, I did a good job with that one. Nice. Actually, let's just go to the next one. How do you clean a wooden comb? Okay, I need to actually pause. Okay, so to clean a wooden... Okay, sorry about that. To clean a wooden comb, right, especially one of my combs, use oil. So that's simple. Now, I do sell the comb oil that my combs are usually infused in. You can use as well. Now, the oils that are housed inside of this little bottle here and the other bottles do a great job of fighting fungus and microbials and, germs and all the other gross stuff. This here is called African Spring Blossom. I wouldn't recommend it for your comb, honestly, because it's expensive. It has gold in it. But if you balling like that, feel free. But just, literally all you do is you take a little bit of it, all right? You run it along the wood. Oh, can you see that? You run it along the wood just like that. And you just rub it. You just rub the wood. Right? So if you got any hair that's in there, you need to get the hair out, of course, beforehand. But you just literally just rub the wood. Doing this will get rid of any germs and bacteria that's in there. Put a little bit on this side as well. And then one thing you can do is you can use a toothbrush to get in between it. Actually, let me get mine. All right, so you can get a toothbrush just like this. I sell these as well. And you can just rub up inside the teeth just like that if you want to get all up in there. And it's that simple. It gets up in there. And that's how you clean a wooden comb. Now also, it replenishes the oil that's in the comb so that now the comb is now ready for your next combing so that when you go through it, it can transfer some of the oil and stuff. You don't want to overdo it. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Gives your comb a nice little shine to it. And allows you just to go straight through. I'm not going to even try and tackle this. This stuff is matted and I didn't just embarrass myself right now. All right, next one. Okay, so the next one is it okay to use these wooden combs to detangle in the shower? The answer is yes, 100% yes, you can. That's how I do it. Just remember that when you're done detangling, when you get out the shower, take the comb with you. Okay, I've left my hairbrush in the shower just to see. And over time, the moisture, the steam that gets in there will start to expand the wood. Then once it dries up, it contracts the wood. Then once it expands the wood again, then it contracts the wood. And that's going to break the wood. So all you got to do is make sure when you're done using it, you take it out of the shower, put it someplace to dry off. Throw it in your bed or something, nuzzle up, put it at night, and just allow it to dry out fully so that it's not going to crack and go through all these problems. Because, like I said, taking in too much water into the wood will cause it to expand. So you need to give it a nice little bit of love. Okay. Also, when you're done with that, apply some of the oil like I just showed you before, so they can start to fill up and it can start to feel some love. Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, I can go to the next one actually. So do I have to comb near the scalp or roots to get the benefits of the oils? I don't comb my roots because of the kinkiness. And then there's a second part also. Does the wax or oils wear off? How long will it take, and will that, oh, and what could do, oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot to this one. So, do you have to comb near the scalp or roots to get the benefits of the oil? Yeah. Like not really, but yeah, like you should be combing near your scalp and your roots. If you're only combing the tips, then you're completely missing the most important part of your hair, which is the scalp and the roots of it. Because, like I said before, your hair is like trees and grass, and if it's not getting any type of like nourishment on this area here, then you're gonna be missing out. So just doing the tips is just, just the tip is okay, but sometimes you want the whole shaft. Okay, you gotta get the whole thing, a giggity. All right, and you want to make sure you take care of that because the oil. So kinky hair, coily hair, it's very difficult for the natural oil from your scalp to make its way to the ends because there's so much kinkiness going on in there. So you want to make sure that you're working your way from the scalp to the ends. Now, of course, when I comb my hair, I start from the tip and work my way down, so it just gets smoother and smoother and makes it easier to comb through. But you need to tackle those roots as well. So yes, do that. Okay, also, does the wax or oils wear off? Yes. Okay, the wax and oil will wear off over time through usage. If you have something that doesn't wear off or doesn't mold or spoil, it's fake. Okay, it's totally fake. Right? If you buy bread and that bread has been in your refrigerator or on your counter for like 2 months and it's not moldy, it's trash. That shit's trash. Get rid of it. It's gonna kill you. Okay, I want bread that molds in like a week because that means I know this is some real stuff. So yes, the wax will wear off as you use it. The wax will transfer to your hair. And of course, it means there's less on the comb. So you can re-wax it if you like to. That is a possibility. But the wax takes so long to be redone, it's not even something to really worry about. When it comes down to the oils. Yes, the oils will wear off a little bit quicker than the wax because the oil is not as thick as the wax, obviously. So with that being the case, you want to make sure you're cleaning it like I showed you earlier with the oils to help it out. How long will that take? It depends on how much and how often you're combing your hair. It's really, I can't say like 1,000 strokes. I can't tell you. I just can't. And what can I do to prolong that happening? Just make sure you're taking care of the comb, applying some more oil to it. If you want to add more wax to it, you can. Again, it's not really that serious, but you can if you'd like to. Yeah, so that's that one. Make sure this battery's still good. Okay, what is the best way to take care of one? That's the next one. Essentially the same thing we talked about with the oil, keeping it out of water, letting it dry off, leaving it out of the sun so it doesn't get a color change, and whatnot. Will the wood start to chip away? No. No. The wood will not start to chip away. Now, if you throw it at stuff and you start using it as a weapon or a ninja tool, well, yeah, that's just your fault. You're an idiot. But it will not chip away as you're using it. The combs are made very well, high quality, good stuff. They're not going to start to splinter and chip as you use them. I guarantee it. If it does, let me know when I give you another one. Or whoever you ordered one from, I get you another one. No. If you order from somebody else and it broke, that's your fault. If you ordered from me and it broke, then that's my fault, and I'll give you another one. That's it. I would say no questions asked. I'm going to ask you a couple questions so I can make sure that I'm doing better on the next ones. So, yeah. Okay, will you make a fan afro pick, like the metal black fists that fan and flare out, but a wooden version of that? The answer is no. The reason why is because that fanning thing, that's a thing you can do with metal and plastic because you just put the metal into the plastic holes that point out that way. Wood has this limitation. You have to go along with the grain of the wood. If you start to go against the grain of the wood, that's where you get an improper tool, a piece of crap tool, a tool you do not want. So, no, I will not be offering that because it is not, it's possible to make, but it'll jeopardize the integrity of the wood. No, you don't want that. So, we're not going to do that. Okay, your combs look well made. Approximately how long should one last? Also, do you use different woods, or why should we use wooden combs? Okay, I think I answered this one for the most part a little bit earlier, but combs look well made, thank you. Approximately how long will they last? Depends on how good you do. Different wood. Yeah, so I answered all that one. We're going to skip to the next one. Do the wooden combs give your hair more volume? I answered that one before, but I'm going to just touch on it one more time. The answer is yes. If you comb upwards, it does give you more volume. So with my beard up that way or here up that way, because the wooden comb does do a great job of uplifting all of your hair. Like I said, with the oils, with the plastic combs and the metal combs, they do straighten it out or de-kink it, but it doesn't really lift anything. And that's one of the benefits people like, but that's also one of the downsides. They're trying to get a lot of volume to it. Boom. Okay. What failure, if any, significantly led to the creation of NETER Gold? That's actually not related to this, but the short answer is there was no failure that started this business. This business started back in 2015 with no failure at all, just the desire to make something better. There was a downfall, okay, in my production, downfall in my life, a little bit of depression down here. And then I was like, you know what, this is my nirvana. This is what keeps me at peace. I love doing business. I love working with my hands. I love doing stuff, so that rocketed back up to the top. And we got NETER Gold here. And then from there, you are here now. And that's what we got. If you'd like to see the origin stories, there is a video on my channel. You can type in NETER Gold Origins and it'll pop on up. And you can look at that, leave a comment, let me know how beautiful I am, and thank me for being me. Yes, okay. Oh, that's it. All right. Let's see. Are there any other questions I usually get? No, actually. Okay, so there aren't any questions I usually get, but I do get comparisons. And my combs get compared to these plastic combs you can get from the Target or Walmart or something like that. And they got to stop. All right, so hopefully I was able to save that footage before the camera died. But I think I was talking about the plastic combs and the comparison. So I get compared to, like my wooden combs get compared to these plastic combs you can get from Sally's or Walmart or Target or whatever it is. And they're plastic combs that are infused with argan oil, Moroccan, argan oil, coconut oil, and all this other stuff. Now, look, I don't want to insult anybody, but it's a plastic comb that's infused with oils. Please enlighten me of how that's helping your hair. Now, is it infused? Yes, it is. It's 100% infused oil, so they are not lying to you at all. That plastic, when they were melting it down, they probably added some coconut oil to it, a little bit of coconut oil, not a lot, just a little bit. And boom, there's plastic. I mean, there's oil inside this plastic. 100% correct. And I believe they are telling you the truth that it is oil infused. Is it useful for your hair? I don't fucking think so. Okay? I don't think so at all. I think it's a gimmick. I think it's a huge gimmick that, like, come on now. Come on. Like, I've picked one up and I've rubbed my finger on it and there was no oily residue at all. So how is it helping your hair? Yeah, that's just one of the things that people like to compare, and I don't understand why they compare it. I understand. They say, oh, well, this comes $5 and it's oil infused. And I'm like, but it's plastic. How do you just think for a second? Just think for a second. How does that even work? But again, I don't assume people know anything. I assume people know nothing, and that's why I'm doing my best to inform people of the things that I know. Because I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be, whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we're done. I think we are done here. This video is long overdue, and I thank you all for participating in this frequently asked questions. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment below, DM me or whatnot, and I'll do my best to answer the question as truthfully and honestly as possible. With that being said, I shall bid you adieu. Oh, make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, snap me on Snapchat. However you want to get at me, you're more than welcome to. I will gladly appreciate all of that. And again, make sure you buy a shirt, right? Make sure you get yourself a shirt. I think they're awesome. It's pretty cool. Then back here, cool in the front here. And yeah. So, all right. Thanks.